Hello there, wonderful humans, and welcome to an epic collaboration between the Board Game Dads and the Tabletop Express. My name is Anthony.
My name is Lauren.
This is my wife, Lauren, and we're joined by the head conductor.
Yeah, my name's Chris Barrows here on the Tabletop Express. Excited for this. It's my first time back. I still don't have a full voice yet. It's my first time back in like 2.5 weeks. I have been like, I don't know what I've been hit with, but it's not been fun. That's all I can say.
Well, it's on theme because it's spring and everyone has allergies, and we all apologize in advance for throat clearing and coughing and snorting or whatever kind of things we need to do to get that itch out. But enough
Yeah,
about mucus. We're here to play a game specifically Welcome to. So this is Welcome to Your Perfect Home, I believe is the full title. And then even farther than that, we are playing specifically here the Spring Thematic Neighborhood edition, which we like to call the Easter egg one, because that's basically what you're doing here. We are going to do a quick overview of the basic rules of Welcome to, then talk about what makes the expansion a little bit different, and we'll give people some time to catch up if anybody would like to join us. If you own this game, the spring one, you can bust it open right now if you happen to be sitting around and get ready to play with us. Or I believe if you check Tabletop Express Twitter, there's a link there for a couple of easy score sheets to print
there's
right ahead
also
of
an
a
app.
black and white one. Oh,
Yeah,
there's
and
an
there's
app
an
as well.
app. Honestly, just for anyone, there's an app that does a lot of the work for you. So I think the biggest thing it won't do, I'm not sure, is probably the score because we're gonna have the different scenarios in terms of those
Yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
one scoring, but it'll do the rest of the work for you.
It also can't do better than Lauren. So that's basically the only reason why she's here is she likes to dominate this game, right? She's never been on a live stream before, never expressed any interest before. Told her what we were doing. She's like, "Oh, I'll play that. Yeah, of course I will." She's gonna beat everybody up. All right,
Not always.
most of the time. All right, so let's go over some basic rules. I'm going to bring up this other camera here. So essentially, we're looking at um, three different numbers here, and this is a flip and right game. So the way this game works is out of these three pairs of cards here, so this number along with the matching symbol is what you're going to be using on your turn. Everyone's going to pick one. You pick the same as somebody else, different, doesn't matter. But essentially, what you're going to do is write that number on one of the empty houses here on your score sheet and do the corresponding icon thing, which we'll go through along with that number that you're writing. That's what your turn consists of, writing a number and doing an action, so to speak. So let's talk about the different actions. If you have, actually, Chris, can we show the score sheet picture?
Yeah, we can do that.
All right, so perfect. So let's take a look at the bottom left, but I'm going to skip over to that park palm tree looking icon because that's the easiest one to explain. I'll go from there. So if you chose a number that was matched up with that park icon, wherever you write that number, so there's three streets to choose from here. Whatever street you write that number on, in the top right of that street has these ascending numbers in sort of a park tree shape. And basically, you're just going to cross off the first one. So the first time you do this with any of the parks, you're going to cross off the zero. If you do it again later on, as long as you write it on that same street, you're going to cross off the next one. And you can skip around. You can do the top one, middle one, bottom. You don't have to do them at all. You don't have to do them in any particular order. Totally up to you. But they're going to give you points at the end of the game based on how far over you crossed out. That's basically how those work. Next icon over is the pool. So you'll notice some of these houses have pools in the backyard. Must be nice. However, for those pools to actually be built, you've got to write a number in there. So if you were choosing a combination of a number and a pool icon, and you write that number in a house with a pool, then you're going to go ahead and cross off the first number in that pool section on the bottom of your score sheet, which would be the zero. Next time you do that, you're going to cross off the three, and so on and so on and so on. End of the game, you'll get that many points total to add to your score. Again, that's only if you write that number in a pool house. Hopefully that makes sense. And by the way, feel free to correct me if I say anything wrong, or chat if there's, two of you. One of you correct me if I'm wrong. Next icon over is that little construction symbol there, road closed. I forget what they call it in the rule book. The rule book terms do not match up well with these icons, I'll tell you that much.
Just
Anywho,
call it a construction site.
that's what we always call it.
That's what I call it every time. It's the construction site.
Now I have to. Now I have
I'll
to
look it up.
That's right here. Temp agency. Like, it's not even in the same realm. Temp agency? What is that? Anyway, it's construction. If you choose a number that's matched up with that icon, you can alter that number. You don't have to. You can keep it exactly the same, but you can also increase it or decrease it by 1 or 2. So you get a lot of flexibility if you do choose that icon. If you chose a 4, for example, that was matched up with that, you could write a 4, or a 3, or a 2, or a 5, or a 6. That being said, you can also go to 0 if you wanted to add a 0 to one of your houses, and we'll get to that later because that's a big number in this Easter edition.
I was going to say, Anthony, in this one, it's particularly important.
Yeah, for
more
sure.
so than other versions of this, I'd say.
Yeah, I agree. And the highest number card, by the way, that you'll see on any of these cards is 15, I believe. So this construction icon would let you go increase that up to 17. I believe it's 15. If I'm wrong, somebody let me know. Also, so every time you do that, you would cross off one of those orange diamond shapes in that construction part. And at the end of the game, out of all the players, whoever has the most of those crossed off is going to get 7 bonus points. Second most 4, and last will get 1. So a lot of things that are going to alter your end game scoring in these icons. The one icon that's not on this score sheet, but is important, is this one right here, which is the fence. Okay. So during this game, as you add numbers to these houses, if you ever choose a combination that has a fence, you can then color in one of these vertical lines that you'll notice, these kind of dashed lines between every house on the street. That's important because one of the ways we're going to score points at the end of the game is counting your number of houses in these sections. So how many groups of 3 do you have? How many 4s? How many 5s? How many 2s? Those must be enclosed by fences on each side. You'll notice that the beginning and the end of every street already has a solid line down. So that essentially is already a fence. So for example, on the top row, if you filled in the first 3 houses and then later on in the game, a fence came up, you could write that number anywhere you want and then draw that fence on that top street. They don't have to be in the same spot.
Yep.
Fences. Next over, that big spot in the bottom with those the purple stacks of coins and things like that. Those are going to determine how many points you get for those groups of houses that I just talked about. So for example, at the end of the game, every house groups of 3 that you have fenced off together is going to get you 3 points. But if you choose this icon throughout the game, you can start crossing off those numbers from the top down in any of those columns that you want, as long as they're in order, and that's going to increase the value of those. So if you have a bunch of groups of 3 in your neighborhood, you might want to try to up that to the maximum points to get the most out of it. And again, you can skip around. You don't have to do any of them if you don't want to. A lot of flexibility in this game. Next one over is that red column with that mailbox that says biz on it. Don't even get me started on what that actually stands for. Anyway, it basically lets you duplicate a number. All right. The rule book calls it.
I like this Lauren being here to call you out on this stuff. This is fun.
You know what? The rule book doesn't even tell you. I had to look it up actually as to why this means something. And I feel like it meant something in German, perhaps that made more
Oh,
sense.
wait, this sounds familiar.
Yeah, Lauren will fact check me here. But essentially, it lets you duplicate a number. So normally, when you draw these numbers across, you're not going to be able to duplicate any of them in the same street. This lets you do that. So if you pick a card combination with a number and one of these biz symbols, you can write that number anywhere you want. And then anywhere else you have an existing house, you can put the same number next to it.
Yep.
So for example, if you had a house with the number 6 on it, you chose the biz that matched up with a 10. You could write the 10 somewhere and then double that 6 if you wanted to. Each time you do that, however, you're going to cross off one of those. And again, this one is going to alter your end score, but the opposite. So notice, very important, that's why it's in red, and there's a minus sign there. So the biz is nice. It helps you maybe finish a couple of groups of houses or whatnot, or get some of these eggs, but you're going to pay for it. So watch how much you do there. All right, almost done with the score sheet, I promise. Top right with that asterisk and the 0, 3, and 8. We're not even going to worry about that. That's like a little advanced variant. We never play with it, to be honest. But the one under that is important. Anytime in the game where you can't write a number, which will happen eventually, you're going to X off that top hexagon shape there, that 0. And if anyone crosses off all 3, that will trigger end of game. These are like unfulfilled contracts or something like that.
Yeah, so I would say for the intent of this, anyone who is playing along, I know Rachel's going to have to bounce, and Mr. Coaster said he may or may not be, but I know that we have at least one player in there, Dr. J Game Fans in there. So keep us posted on these things. We're going to give time in between to let us know, hey, I got this, because we're going to, as we go into the one or two other things here, there's going to be other things you'd have to notify us about anyways.
Right, for sure. All right, so the Easter eggs. You're going to get X amount of points for how many Easter eggs you have circled throughout the game in this one. The way you circle them is you must write a number on the Easter egg house that is an enclosed number. Specifically, these are 0, 6, 9, and 8, including 10 with the 0 and possibly 16 with the 6. The 0 and the 8 can encompass those double egg houses. So you would draw a big 0 around both eggs, or do your figure 8 around the top and bottom. The 6s and the 9s can only hold one egg. That's it. That's how the eggs work. At the end of the game, so if you refer back to the bottom of the score sheet now, going backwards to the egg spot, there's a little scale there. If you have 6 eggs circled, you get 5 points, 10 and 10, 14, et cetera, which, again, not to complain, is different than the scoring scale on the spring instructions that come with this expansion. I don't know.
Yep.
All right, last column over to the extreme left, you have N1, N2, and N3. So that's going to be these 3 scoring conditions over here. So let's see if we can make this part a little bit bigger now. Nope, that's not.
That's me.
Big Chris. Here we go. All right. So these are our N1, N2, and N3 scoring bits down here. If you are the first person to complete one of these, you will get this point value that's over on this side, and then we'll flip it. Or sorry, then the second person can get it, and then it gets flipped, right? Or everybody can get the second one.
I think everybody can get the second one, yeah.
I think so too. But basically, these are going to give you points if you have the specific requirements matched up. So this first one, N1, has 2 groups of 4 houses that must be fenced in. Okay, they might be in the same street, they might be on different streets, doesn't matter, but 2 separate groups of 4. Second one, N1, is going to require you to have 2 groups of 2 and 1 group of 5 fenced off. Again, anywhere on the map, but those separate entities. The N3 one is specific to the Easter Spring edition here. You need to get 3 groups of 3 houses with 3 eggs in them. So if you look at your score sheet, that's going to happen in a couple of combination possibilities of houses, because remember that some of them have double eggs.
Yep.
All right. So you're looking for 3 eggs in groups of 3. That's it. That's a lot, but that's it.
Yeah. And I know Ryan Clements, if you could confirm that you're good to go, let us know. I know we've got the doctor in the house here, so we'll have him playing. If anyone else is playing, let us know at this time. So Ryan's in. That's at least 2 on the outside. So there's 5 of us at least right now. What we'll do, just to clarify, is to make sure there's enough time in between for people to make their decisions, and then we'll go on. So we'll give you a little bit of time, but
Yeah.
not too much.
Yeah.
But it's important, if you make one of those scoring opportunities, that you do ping it. I'm going to keep an eye on the comments, so if that happens, let us know. From my own
That'll
historical,
trigger game end also.
yeah. Also the end game. So if you end up having that that inability to do it, the game's gonna end prematurely. So hopefully we don't have that happen. But and if there's questions along the way, let us know. Of course, everyone's welcome to join in and watch. And hopefully that first 15 minutes or so was a helpful teach for anyone who has not played this one. I struggle to find too many good videos on this, quite frankly. But it's a pretty simple game to learn, because it's mostly, as Ryan was saying, the eggs added into the.
A big thing that I didn't mention, which probably should have been mentioned very early on, if I wasn't clear, when you write these numbers on these streets, that you're writing them in ascending order. Okay. That being said, you can skip around as much as you want, but they do have to follow that specific, order. I think that's everything.
Yeah.
All right. Lauren has did a little bit of recon here, so she does have something to share about the biz.
So, actually, biz is the Latin word for twice.
See? That makes sense.
So apparently it's sometimes used as a notation in accounting or music for things that are repeated.
Still doesn't make sense if there's a mailbox icon for it. It should just be a big 2.
Times 2.
Big X, 2X.
Well,
all right.
I think
Ryan, just ascending, not it doesn't have to, you can skip. It could say 1, 2, 5, 6, 9.
Yeah, but it is essentially it's the lowest number to the left is what he's saying. Like if you started the first row if you started the first spot with a 9, you'd be making a mistake. Let's put it that way.
Correct.
A very big mistake.
All right. So one more thing to add before we do our first round here, this is already set up, but you'll notice on the number card, thank you, the corner shows you what the icon is on the back of said card.
Yep.
So for this first round, you are choosing from these 3 options: the 12 with a park, the 8 with a temp agency, and a 13 with a fence. So that's that. All right. Everybody can start writing some stuff.
Yeah, the ice cream truck board forces you to go from lowest to highest, or else you have to stop that road. Yeah, I mean,
yeah, that one is a little annoying.
Yeah, you can't skip, right? Isn't that the one you can't skip?
Or
if you do skip, you
can, but
lose your ice cream truck.
The ice cream thing just doesn't work for you at that point.
Yeah. Well, if there's no one else joining, I guess we can get a jump start on this. I'd say we'll give a 30-second buffer here to do that. Give any last chance on that one. And again, if we have a bunch of people jumping and want to play, we'll go from there accordingly, maybe. But thank you for that really good explanation, Anthony, because again, I think it's really clear. This game's not ridiculously complicated, but
thank you, Dr. J. Giffen. Thank you for the compliments. I appreciate it.
I like this one. I will say this. I like Welcome to better than the Welcome to Your Perfect Home, better than Welcome to the Las Vegas one, which didn't jive for me. Welcome to the Moon, for anyone who's interested, is fantastic. I love it so far.
What I'm hearing, that exact thing, that the Moon one is really great, and that the Vegas one kind of fell flat.
They learned from Vegas, but they also learned from Welcome. They packaged it. But enough of that. It sounds like we're good to play. And I know we have a starting hand on the table here, so it seems like a good opportunity to get the ball rolling.
Yep, let's do it. and then just let us know when you're ready, and we'll flip.
All right, we'll get started, folks. Let's see. I will say historically, from my play of this, Lauren has won every time that I remember playing.
No.
But that's just with the select.
No pressure though, because I'm gonna lose horribly today, and it's gonna be like that.
Maybe, you never know.
I am good on this end, my friend. I can say that much.
Although if I do lose, I'm gonna blame it on sleep deprivation because the baby woke up at 4 a.m. So there.
That seems fair.
Yeah. So if a baby wakes up during this stream, then more disadvantage to you, I guess. We'll finally lose. I don't know.
Bring my board and my phone.
All right. Are we good to flip here? Do we think?
I think we've given a lot of time for decision making, so I think that's
Cool.
fair.
All right. So next up, we've got an 11 there and a 4 there.
Not a lot of eggs here so far.
I have a question.
Question.
Are we flipping wrong?
I'm flipping wrong?
Well, because aren't you supposed to see this and then you flip it over the next time? So the numbers are supposed to be the full pile?
See, that's why she's here.
You are correct. Okay. So how should we remedy this situation?
So
flip them over, take the one to the bottom, and then flip and pull the other ones over.
Leave those.
Pull all the bottoms.
Right?
Yeah.
No, but we'll correct this around.
And then turn this?
Turn those underneath the numbers, right?
Just flip this over.
And while you fix that, I'm going to answer. A 4 is not considered enclosed.
No, 4 is not a
circular. The 0, the 6, the 9, the 0, the 6, the 8, which would be 2 eggs, the 0, which is 2 eggs. If you do a 10, it's got the 0, so that's the 2. But yeah, the 4 is not considered with the closed D. That's a really good question. Because I could see why that one could potentially be considered enclosed if we're going on a technicality.
Because this will flip over next.
For the triangle eggs.
Yeah. That's a good question. I wouldn't even thought about the 4, but I could see why someone asking that. So thanks for that. All right. Are we reset?
We're all good.
All right.
What are your next choices?
Those are our next choices. Okay, excellent. Thank you, sir. Ooh. That Biz is back out.
The Biz is back in town.
And those contractors, which aren't contractors?
They're temp agencies. And watch out for that raccoon on house number 4, too.
That's true. Rachel's right. That 4 could get changed to a 6.
Yes, it can. Which could be an egg for you.
It could indeed. Well, yeah, that's a good call on that one.
No, the 6 can only do the 1 egg, right?
That's correct.
Sorry.
And if you do choose the 4, don't forget to cross off one of the construction diamond shapes as well.
Yeah.
No, you do that even if you change the number, correct?
If you do, regardless if you change it or not.
Right.
If you pick this, you're going to cross it off.
That's right.
Yep.
Let's double check.
All right. Yeah.
Does that help at all?
Yeah, and we can re-clarify that it's the 4 and 4, it's the 5, 2, and 2, and then it's the 3s, but 3 sets of 3, but it's all 3 eggs in each of them.
Ah, okay. So maybe this works better.
Well, yeah, that should do it. Is that better for you, Ryan? Sorry, this game is got important cards, so you want to make sure you can all see them.
Hi, Scotty.
Yeah. All right. I'm good at my end. So
All right, well, let's do it then. So am I doing this correctly?
Yep.
All right, so we got 10 park, 8 construction, and 5 fence.
ooh.
8.
Yeah, bring those up a little. Thank you.
And our festive tablecloth is a little busy, but
Oh no, but
if
it's
it's
Easter.
the theme.
Yeah, it really it works perfectly in this particular case.
Alrighty, let's see here. Fences. That 8 is nice.
Mhm.
I will say, I feel like this is our first time playing this game with actual pencil and paper together.
Oh, because I just got these. This was a gift.
Yeah, up until now, we've only played this over Zoom with other people who own this game. We have every score sheet printed out, and we
Yep.
would just use dry erase marker. For Christmas, I got Lauren the
Oh.
entire bundle. They had a really good deal on all of it. The expansions and the base one even comes with specific dry erase boards, which is cool.
Mhm.
Good on this end. Is if everyone is good. I'm assuming we're getting no complaints. So we're moving at an okay pace.
No news is good news. All right, here we go. All right, so there's those purple guys, which remember you can cross off any column there to add value to those specific number sets of houses.
Right.
But I am smitten with these 8s, I gotta tell you.
I know. The 8s are
It's just so
are nice.
satisfying to draw it around both 8s. Probably to my detriment. It's probably not the best strategy.
Just sprinkle 8s all over the place. Hope for the best.
Let's see here.
Yeah, I've had mixed feelings about the 8s myself, to be honest.
Happy Easter, Scotty. Thanks for tuning in. All right, you guys all good?
Yes, I am.
Cool.
Yeah, I do thank everyone for tuning in tonight. Obviously, we are playing Welcome to the Easter edition. It's really the spring edition. It may as well be the Easter edition with the eggs. But we got at least 5 people playing, we know right now, which is a lot of
Sweet.
fun.
Thank you. Thank you all. All right, let's see here.
Ooh. Lots of
Some
enclosed
more
numbers.
parks. Yeah, lots of circles here.
I think the important thing with any of these editions is to also not get too sucked in to like, I have to do the Easter eggs.
Yes.
Because you could easily get sucked into it and forget that you could like get massive points on parks.
Yes.
And other
that's usually
things.
what happens to me.
That may be what's happening to me right now. That's because I feel the pressure of the two of you telling me that I always win. Although I feel like that's like false information.
I'd have to check
We
the
have
record.
data to back this up, actually.
Yeah, there's a book on this information. So.
Right. Everybody good?
I'm ready.
Yeah, if everyone's good with this pace, it sounds like we've been going at a good pace for everybody. So
Cool. All right. Some more purple. Another. Oh, lots of purple again.
Ooh.
there's a nice 1. We haven't seen a 1 on the board just yet.
That's
Or
true.
that
We haven't
10.
seen anything lower than the maybe.
So,
there was 4. There was
Dr.
4.
J's got something interesting here.
Ah, see, that's awesome. That's awesome. That's perfect.
Yeah, it's appropriate is what it is.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes a lot of sense. I'm getting distracted by that fact.
Yeah. Good job, App. Thank you, Dr. J.
Trying to distract us.
That's a good fact, though.
Dr. J does, and I apologize if you already said this. Does the app have every expansion score sheet, or do you know, Chris?
I think it has most of them. It probably has everyone. I have it on my phone, but I didn't check the full list, but I believe it has everyone.
I'm curious if any of the other names are a little bit different.
Yeah, it's interesting that it calls it that because it's definitely on the like sheet that I have, spring edition.
Yes.
So,
Welcome to spring.
all right.
Let's see here. Might be time to do some fencing.
Did you just turn that? Yeah.
Ooh, that one.
One.
6 plus the base game, he says.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's
Yeah, thanks for that, Ryan. I'll bring that up at the end to show people the app. If Ryan sends that screenshot.
Yeah, perfect.
I'll bring that up because my phone is somewhere. Don't know where. But I can take it, send it through Facebook for me. Because I can pull it from there. Yeah, I'm good on this end.
Lauren
I'm
is
not.
stumped.
Sorry.
It's all right. That's the great thing. Now, the fun thing I do like about this game for folks who've never played is you really can bust this out of a table with as many people as you want.
Yeah.
And I just think that's fun. You don't have to worry about it.
All right.
All right.
More fence options here. Another park. Another fence. All right.
Ooh,
now it's
another
time
fence.
for fence, folks.
Wow. Is anyone on the fence on what move they want to make? Yeah, I would say I'm sorry, but I'm not.
You are definitely not.
No, absolutely not. Because that played into what I want. I know, and just so people know, I'm excited because one of the other roll and writes, well, roll and write is Voyages that I've been playing, and I'm hoping to do a playthrough of that sometime soon too.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that game.
That is a ton of fun. Great little game. Ooh.
More fences and all circles here. It's egg time.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Egg time.
That's not where I wanted it. Come on, come back here. That 8 has been out quite a bit today.
It knows the eggs are in town. I do have to say, personally, this game, I was intrigued by it when it first came out. It took a while for me to get a chance to play it, and I did really bad the first time, probably the first couple of times.
Yep.
But it was a game that I liked every time I played it, even if I did bad. So I knew that it was a game, like it was a good game in my eyes, and that's a testament to a good game for me.
Mr. Coaster, I'm not. You're not wrong. That third plan is a little crazy, especially since there's no other card that wants a 3 right now. It makes it all the more like you really got to go for it.
Yeah, I got to admit, I kind of picked these on purpose because they all have at least different groups. I thought it would be flexible, at least for someone to try to get multiple things. All right, let's move on here. Another biz. Oh my goodness, did we get the jackpot here? No,
because as I said, there was a pool on the other one.
Okay, a pool.
9 pool.
I don't think so. Oh, I should add, by the way, the biz, the duplicate number thing, you do not have to do that if you don't want to.
No, you're not required.
Write the number regularly without duping anything. Which I think I may do.
Yeah, good on this one. Yeah, it's
It is a lot of work
for it, but it all depends what, again, you don't know what other people are going for, so it's part of the mystery, I think.
I mean, as soon as one person gets all 3 of them, that triggers game end, so it's possible. Oh, and on that note, actually, I mean, I don't know how easy it's going to be for us to do because we're sort of all over the place here, but you shouldn't really announce that you've gotten that one of them until everyone is done with their turn. Because if someone is still thinking about where to go,
Yep.
I mean, you probably would go for the points.
Yeah,
Just
but I
like
will
that.
say, if you get
Oh,
again
yeah,
18 eggs in this game, it's
over.
35 points.
Yeah, that's a
So
lot.
you've got some incentive to get all those eggs.
All right. A few parks. Top street is looking
Ooh,
rough.
interesting.
Looking rough.
Interesting.
Meh.
We haven't seen a lot of that real estate on this one.
Which one? The purple one?
Yeah.
Yeah, a couple. There was a couple back to back, and then that was kind of it.
Yeah, I'm just saying there hasn't been a ton of it. Not necessarily a bad thing, but just a reality. Oh my god, what do I want to do with this one? Give me 1 sec. I'm just closing out mine. And there we go. Okay. All right. I am good.
Ryan, I think there's more than that because you can slide them left and right, right? So sorry, I should put up his comment because I'm answering him without showing anybody. The top street, for example, you could have the third, fourth, and fifth houses fenced off, and that would be 3 eggs. Or you can slide over one and have the fourth, fifth, and sixth, and then there's
Right.
2 or 3 of those in each street. So it's a little flexible, but yeah, there's certainly.
Well, you can only do one per street.
Well, that's a good point, actually.
Keep in mind that for people who've never seen the expansion or haven't seen, like, there's multiple cards, so
Yeah,
there's a variety. It's not always going to be that card, which I bet people would assume, but I don't want
yeah.
to
The
assume.
base game comes with a whole bunch. Each expansion, to my knowledge, comes with 3 separate scoring cards.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right, Ryan. All right, so we got a little bit of everything here. A couple 7s, though, which honestly is not really helpful.
I disagree.
Goodness gracious.
Ooh.
Wow, this is how bad I am at this game. I already cannot write this number. I need
What?
Wow. That is pretty bad.
Yep. So you don't have to worry about me, folks. In case you were wondering.
And again, if people, I know we're playing with some people in chats, so definitely if you do get those, I know we're probably gonna get close to someone potentially getting one of those scores on N1, N2, or N3 soon. So just let us know.
Oh boy, I may just end the game for all of us pretty soon. So you might not even
Please
get
don't.
any of the ends.
Yeah, don't do that if you could avoid it.
Let's do it on purpose.
I'm gonna say it's because you're so focused on sharing the numbers and making sure everybody knows what to do.
Yeah, that's definitely There's a lot going on here.
That's so polite. That was the quickest turn I've taken. I'll say that.
You're done already.
I am happy to share for anyone who's been following Tabletop Express. We have a Change Your Mind coming up where Ryan Espin's going to learn Raiders of North Sea, and it's sitting behind me, all set up. And I'm very excited to hopefully change his mind. This is my second favorite game, and it's amazing.
I don't want to put these.
I have never played, so if I do end up playing that with you guys, it'll be interesting because you'll get a change your mind perspective, someone who loves the game perspective, and someone who's never played it before.
Yes. Also fun. All right.
Okay. I'm good.
All right, moving on.
Sorry.
Yeah, I think we're good to move on.
For just a flip and right, there's definitely a little bit of AP in this game, especially as the streets start to get filled up for sure.
Yeah, I think that is fair to say.
Okay. This I like. This we can do.
Can we?
I mean, I can.
Well, you said we.
Yeah, the collective we.
Well, the collective we on this side of the computer.
Oh man.
Not doing so hot.
We.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
This
Sounds
may
like
be the
everyone's
last
good with the
time I'm
pace, which
allowed
I'm
to
really
crash.
glad to hear. We had a lot of fun when we did Three Sisters, but that one really had to be arranged. This one's so much easier because anyone could join in. Three Sisters, we had to have
Well,
exactly.
yeah, it's
Like, it was
definitely a
a whole
different,
different
it's a
beast.
different setup.
Oh man, 11-1.
Oh.
Look at that.
11-11.
And I'm interested in the chat if anyone has what everyone's favorite version. Welcome to, maybe if you've played them all. And if this is your first time playing this one, let us know what you think. Again, it's, I would argue, the easiest to learn out of all of the expansions, out of all the varieties to this. We'll have to come back, I will say, come 4th of July and play that summer one, which is a ton of fun.
Yes, that
Oh,
one
that's
is rough, but it's fun. I mean, look, I love when games can do something very simple to change one rule and make it, the blah 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 version. Like, I know that's like a money grab in some people's eyes, but like, if it's a game that I love, I don't mind. Like, I don't mind having 4 different patchworks because we love patchwork, and we're gonna play it in February. We're gonna play the Valentine's one. We're gonna play it in Halloween one. Like, we're gonna play it anyway. So why not play with a cool theme pasted on?
Yeah, we like to try to theme our games around holidays.
Yes.
I mean, that's all right. So lots of real estate.
Oh, look, you finally got your.
Yeah, it looks like
Yeah,
Ryan,
it's
by the way, is
interesting.
saying ice cream truck one is his favorite, which I
I think it's the
understand.
most strategic. I think it adds
Yeah.
the most strategy. It makes you
And
think. The most, I think.
and Dr. J, it's only his second time doing it. So period.
Oh,
So
cool! Awesome.
yeah.
Definitely.
Dr. J tries to tune in, I know, live, and he hasn't been able to in the past. So it's actually really great to see him here.
Awesome. All right. So some value is going up somewhere. It just depends on where you want it to be.
Yeah. Real estate market is up, just like in real life. House next to me recently sold for $170,000 over asking.
Wow.
I know.
I know houses are going on the market and getting like offers like within hours.
Everybody good?
No,
Yeah.
sorry. Talking
Rachel,
about
by the way, chiming in saying, played Halloween on the Nerd Shelves. Shout out to the Nerd Shelves. Amazing channel, amazing people. One of the few that I watch on the daily. And first time seeing spring. Yeah, spring's fun. I like spring, but not my favorite out of them all, but it's timely. And thank you, Ryan. I appreciate that. Yeah, my throat's feeling better. It doesn't sound like it, but it actually doesn't hurt anymore. So it's been bad. I was off the channel for like 2 weeks, which is really weird for me. Oh man.
All right, we got some higher numbers here at least.
Yeah, we do have some higher numbers. But I'm torn on one of them. That's the problem. They're not.
I might have to break my streak here.
Yep.
Mr. Coaster, I already have an unfulfilled, not negative, but I already couldn't place one of my numbers. That's how horrible I'm doing.
This was one of the first games I played over Zoom, as I was noting before we went live during that whole period of time, and that was with both of you. So it was really great for that frame of moment in my life when I feel like I just wanted to play a game and I needed something we could easily play. And this really fit. Like, it was amazing in retrospect.
Minimal set. Oh, sorry, Ryan.
Oh, Wait, hold up. Oh, completed a city plane. Which city plane did he complete? Let us know.
Oh man,
Yeah, I'm bummed by
Probably
that.
got the first one.
watching you, Ryan.
Oh, the middle one. Okay. All right.
Oh come on.
All right. So now we can still get that one, but we're only going to get 6 points.
Yeah, anyone can still get that one, but you're only getting 6 points now, unfortunately.
Just gonna growl over it.
You know?
All right. Well, here's your new options here. You can growl after you draw something. 7 is not going to happen ever anymore.
Okay. Here. Okay.
I am going to just officially announce, just so you know, that I will be getting the 6 points on that middle one.
Okay.
I was 1 away. That's why I was really bummed by it. Oh, that's awesome, Rachel. Thank you.
Thank you, Rachel.
Really interested in see if you can see what your score ends up being on this one.
Happy Easter to you as well.
Yes, thanks for popping on.
Happy Easter. Can't believe it's already almost Easter.
I know.
Yeah.
If everyone's good, I am good on my end, obviously. So.
All right. Nobody beats the biz.
5,
Another perp ski.
7.
And another temp agency.
All right.
Really?
Ooh. Yeah, those temp agencies are all over the place here.
I need some fences.
I'm not loving any of these, if I'm gonna be candid. None of these are great. Thankfully, I can. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. That's not bad.
Ay. Things are getting hairy over here.
Yeah, the neighborhood gets.
The neighborhood is really tight.
crowded.
I think my neighbors are stealing Easter eggs personally, but you know.
All right, let's roll on. All right, there's that fence I was looking for. Another park and some more construction.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
May not be a good idea for me to do it. I'll do that. Yeah, it was great to have Rachel. Rachel's really active for everybody. Anybody who knows over at the Nerd Shelves community. They've got a really good Discord, which is wonderful. And Nerd Shelves just does really quality stuff. I know they've been doing some stuff on Dice Tower again. But just when they do like just live playthroughs, they
do it every week, right?
Yeah, and but they're one of these channels that I think it's important to say. It's like I admire them a lot because they're constantly communicating with the audience, which I don't think everyone does to the level that they do. So I have the deepest respect. They've been over on this channel before, and many of the crew over there. I know Mr. Coaster's over here and a few other people, but many of that community comes over here sometimes, and they're just great. So I love giving them a plug.
Lovely folks, very pleasant,
and
just nice.
Definitely.
All right. Well, I hate to break it to y'all,
but
I got that Easter egg
challenge. Oh, nice.
And 3.
Stop.
Wow. You went for it. You went for it is what happened. Because I did not go for it, clearly.
No, I didn't. I thought I could get the other 2, but
hey man, it's the thematic neighborhood. I'm gonna go for the thematic score.
I'm close.
You guys put too much pressure on me. Nothing's happening here.
I was close on one, but it's not on the other. So all right. Are we good to flip at this point, or have we just flipped
just now, actually?
Okay. We did flip then. I was just looking down.
I mean, I could flip again.
No, don't. I was looking down. That's what happened. It's okay.
All right. Well, I have my second unfulfilled
Wow.
content.
You're gonna end our game.
If I don't get any of those little boring things, I'm gonna have like 2
Don't
points.
flip anything yet, please, because you're unfulfilled.
I'm not a city planner. I'm not an architect.
Your
I can't even
unfulfilleds are
pretend
throwing
like
off my
Costanza.
fulfilleds, okay?
Need math.
So I'm forced to do something I don't want to now. All right. I'm good.
All right. Let's
That was
continue
probably
the
best part of
madness.
my day. 4, 8. All
Speaking
right.
of parks, by the way, I forgot what game it was, but I downloaded a poster that someone was giving away for free the other day of all the games for a national park. It's from the folks from Trekking Around the World. They had a free PDF
Cool.
poster size that you could download. So
Hmm.
it's gorgeous. It was like blew my mind how beautiful it was.
Nice.
All right, you know what? These fences are, I guess, going to have to come to use at this point, aren't they? 'Cause
By the way, with the fences, real quick, I mentioned earlier you shade in the the vertical line. You also then would color in the horizontal line connecting both fences, that
Right.
solid above, so that you have your neighborhood
right.
where that section crossed off.
Okay. Yeah, that top part's important to shade off. The reason I say that is because it does remind you of what you've used for those previous areas.
Right.
It's easy to forget though, like if that you haven't done it. You don't like pools, Dr. J?
I don't have any pools, I'll be honest with you.
I got a few, but not many. Not in this game. I normally like parks quite a bit. I don't know if I focused enough tonight. We'll find out when these final scores pop in, but this has been and this game definitely, like, I think it's fair to say, like, we did the whole instructions, etc., but it can play easily in that 20 to 30 minute time frame and
Oh
pop
yeah,
out
for
another
sure.
game. So
For sure.
Well,
that's a goal, Ryan. Fill in all the pools.
I got a pool.
I don't like sevens anymore. No more
I don't like
sevens.
any of these numbers right now, but
Well, let's do a park.
none of these are great. Ooh, yep. Oh, that does open a door.
Wait, you just
You told me to wait. So did I. Me too.
all right. So
Oh, nice.
Ryan and Lauren both did the N1 at the same time, so you guys both get 6 points.
Yep.
And then anybody else can later get 3 points for it.
Well done. Well done.
Yes, Mr. Coaster, I agree. It really is dependent on the flips with the
Mhm.
pools. They either, make sense or they kind of don't.
Agree.
I think out of all the icons, that might be the one that feels that way the most. The construction one and temp agency, I feel like gets used more often.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep rolling here. We got some more.
We got to
lists.
watch out because you're one bad play away from ending our game, aren't
Oh
you?
yeah, I told you that. If one of these flips is 6, 7, 8, game's over. Egg City plant. Okay, so 3 separate groups of 3 that have 3 eggs in that group.
Yep.
Ryan, if that answers your question, let me know. If not, all right. So is it time for the pool? Now, pool doesn't make any sense now. 13 maybe for a fence.
I mean,
No, I think
I don't know.
10. Do
All right.
the eggs have to be circled?
Yes. But I could be making that up.
I think so. I mean, I think that's kind of the point. Like that's
Yeah,
what makes it hard. I think that's what I did.
yeah, just that's kind of a way to mark it. It's like you're drawing the number around the eggs is what they're going for. I don't know if it works perfectly. Sometimes I make the mark to note that I have an egg on that space or something, but like,
Well, no, he's asking specifically.
oh yeah, they have to be circled. My understanding is that they
This
do
one.
it. I can check on that rule if you want, but I believe that's the case. That would make sense to me thematically, right? No, that's the ice cream trucks. That's Halloween.
Next season. Well, past
Yeah, that'll be
season.
coming up in a. We'll play that one in a couple months.
Yeah, we'll definitely do that one.
We eat ice cream like that.
Not on stream.
Must
Actually,
be that one, just to clarify for you, must be the first to build 3 houses with 3 eggs in them. That's all it says.
Build 3 houses. So they don't have to have fences?
They don't actually, it just needs 3 eggs. That's literally all it says.
Yeah,
Wait,
I don't
so
know.
they don't have to be fenced?
No, they have to be fenced for sure.
That's
They all have to be fenced.
I mean, it just says 3 eggs in them.
No. Definitely fences. Definitely fences.
Yeah,
Because I mean, that part of the graphic design is the same on all the cards. It's they're encompassed.
3 sisters is in here apparently.
The rule book is not
Confused.
ideal.
Now I'm confused.
I'm good otherwise, for the record.
All right, let's flip here. Coming near the end. We got the shuffle.
We got the biz.
Another pool, another biz, another biz, another biz.
Oh, what are we at?
I didn't do so well.
I am going to make the note that I have placed one on the inability to do anything, I believe.
Welcome to the Inability Club. I'm your founder. And I'm here to tell you that it's okay.
So that'll be 1 for me. I'm not the one ending the game at this point. So
All right.
Only am I the founder.
Still pools, another fence. Back to some real estate.
Okay.
ooh, real estate.
Hey, you know what? Pool might come in. Fancy. No, can't do that. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
All right, I'm taking that real estate, baby. I like you.
Samey.
One for Dr. J as well. It looks like he got N1.
Womp, me too. I nosy.
Yeah, Ryan, we need to. I'm gonna get to go to BGG on that one and make a mental note of it, and then potential clarifications. That's a really weird way. It does sound like it's written like there's just got to be 3 eggs in it. It doesn't say completed eggs, so it's you would think they would clarify that. For all my positives about the game, I guess that's my negative. Like some of the things could be written.
Yeah, for sure. And I'd be shocked if someone did not ask that question already on BGG.
I'm sure it would
Yeah.
be easily discovered as soon as I do a search. All right. Oh, that laid perfectly. Thank you.
Okay.
Oh, that could not have gone better. Thank you. That's all I can say.
I am not in good lands here.
Ryan, it is extremely difficult, which is why I did it, because I take glory in that, even though it's the least amount of points out of any of the ends. I just wanted to embrace the theme of the Easter eggs, try to get them all. Eggception.
Oh no.
What?
I'm about to join your
Oh, you want to be the vice
Is anyone else
co-chairman
in that
of
club?
the Ability Club?
That
No,
club
let me
with
check
us?
again.
The game will
Oh,
Oh,
crud.
I made a mistake. I'm good.
Oh, crud. I might.
See, it's a good thing I checked again.
Well, this may all be a moot point. Hang on a second here. I can't do the 12. And I certainly can't do the 8.
Oh,
And I can't do anything.
Stadio.
All right, that's it.
That's game.
Game's over, folks.
So that is game. Now we're gonna add up our scores at this point. So let's everybody take
All right,
some
so
time to do that.
Ryan looked it up. Let's look at Ryan's recon here. He said this is from the designer, which I mean that's it, right? Hello, it's 3 estates of exactly 3 houses with at least 3 eggs in each estate. So it doesn't say anything about them having to be encompassed. So, Ryan, did you get that before or after I got it? Would be the big question.
Yeah.
Because if you had that before, then you would be the owner of those 8 points, and I would have 4 instead.
But then would he have all 3?
No, I don't think he
Hmm.
got the. I don't think he got N1. If I'm not mistaken. All right, so
In the meantime, I'm gonna sit here and add up my score because I can. We will need to find out who had the most of those construction sites too.
Gotcha, Ryan. So you're talking about not being fenced in. Yes, Dr. J, you are absolutely right. Apptastic lets you not think about math, which I'm a big fan of.
I'm jealous. Okay.
Yeah, that is nice. That's a.
So wait,
Did I seriously only get one? All I got was the Easter egg one for the ends.
Yeah, I only got the one. That
I
was
only
the
got one
text.
too. So
All right.
Yeah, you got the N1 first with Lauren, Ryan, I believe.
Yeah. Just count your total.
and then
And then that range, whatever threshold you meet, that's how many
Oh.
points you get.
And do we need? And we need to count how many constructions everybody got. So everyone can drop that.
Oh, right. I have 4.
I have 5.
5.
Ryan also has 5. Of course, so the 3 of you all get the max points, and I get. Expect nothing less. Got no pools.
You have
My
no pools?
neighborhood.
You got 0 pools?
Literally 0 pools. My
So
neighborhood
only
sucks.
one construction.
Nobody wants to live in my neighborhood.
So Dr.
No
J's at the
pools.
tail end of the construction, like it sounds like.
Easter eggs are all like broken. It's like it's bad.
All right, 16.
Okay, fancy. Let's see, I got one of those. And only one of those. Fantastic.
My total is going to be 79. I went crazy on the real estate.
Yeah, I think you're gonna. I'm gonna come last. I don't have any 5s or 6s.
Okay.
All right, I'm at 53.
I am at 72.
Oh, where'd
Where's Chris go?
Hilarious. Not sure how long Chris has been gone, but while he finds his way back, I do want to highlight and welcome Brian. What are your? We didn't really list them. We alluded to some of them. We mentioned that we thought this Easter one was probably the easiest to understand and teach, and that the ice cream truck, the summer one, we felt was the most strategic. Like it changed your strategy the most. Other than that, the Halloween one is great. I just like the theme of the Halloween.
The power went out.
Oh man,
So 79 points.
79. Well, you beat Lauren, so well
did.
done. You won. Unless
Wow.
someone has
So
higher.
I have to tell you, I went heavy on the real estate value for the rows of 5, and that's where all my points came from.
Yeah, I didn't have any 5s or 6s.
I got 20 points at the end of the game for that.
Oh, wow.
Man, well, I lost 5 points for having the 3 strikes.
Yeah. So I have no idea why the power went out, but that's the way it goes.
So yeah, Brian was asking about our favorite maps. I told him we alluded to which ones we kind of like and don't like, but specifically that this one is the easiest, I think, to teach.
Yeah.
And the summer one, I think, is the most strategic change to the game.
I think that's fair. I think the summer one certainly is the most strategic. I think if I'm going to teach an expansion, this one is just easy to do.
Yeah.
But overall, I like them all. They're different. I've only done the Doomsday one once.
I think I'm there with you, actually. That's the one I remember the least about. But Brian, the summer one has an ice cream truck that starts on like the top street. I think it starts on the left. The second one starts on the right, and the bottom one you can choose which way to start. But to get the most out of the ice cream bonuses, you have to not skip any houses. And so it puts a little more thinking into it. Yeah, Doomsday and Zombie. Yeah, quacks.
He can attest because he's been involved in 2 or 3 of those games over Zoom. As my historic record in Quacks is well noted that I do not win Quacks of Quedlinburg.
I love Quacks.
Yeah, usually.
Oh,
I did not win this game.
Okay, I said usually, not always.
Well, I appreciate. I'm what a time to lose my power, but
Hey, at least you got the little game.
Right as I won, a rare moment in my life when I win. Well, I just want to say thank you. Obviously, I got to go figure out what the heck is going on in this house, but I appreciate everybody joining in. In all fairness,
Chris, it would have been more thematic if we were playing the Doomsday one and your power went out. Just saying.
Yeah, it would have. For what it's worth, we're going to find out what Rachel's score ends up being.
Sure.
Because when Rachel comes back and plays, that will be the final. There could be a shift.
Yeah. So. See how many. Just add one more person that did better than me. Is basically what's happening.
Yeah.
But I love this game. I really do.
I love it too, and I thank everybody for joining in. Please, first and foremost, go check out Board Game Dads. Great stuff over there. Obviously, on the Express, we want you to come by. I think we're planning on doing a live playthrough and teach a Vagrant song next week. Hypothetically, that's on the table. And I'm happy to say Brian Chandler will be on the channel later this month with Jamie Stegmeyer for On the Table. So that'll be a lot of fun. Jamie just announced expansion to viticulture today. So I'm going to just say there's a good chance we'll probably get to talk about that. So should be exciting to say the least. And kudos because it can be said now that Brian got to actually do some proofing on that. Now that it's out, he can say it. So I want to give a shout out to him on that, which is just so cool. And we're really excited for you, Brian. And so, yeah. And thank you. Yeah, appreciate that.
Yes, thank you very much. That's something that is weird to hear, but awesome at the same time. So,
well, on that note, I'm going to go solve, where the issue of my flux capacitor is. And I'm going to say a good night. Choo choo. Thank you, everybody, for coming aboard the Express. Make sure you go, if you watch this later after the fact, go give us a like and a subscribe for more good stuff like this. And I think it's fair to say, Anthony, we'll come back. We'll do the summer one next.
Yeah, I don't see why not. I mean, we can do this. We can
Too.
play the base game anytime we want. This is great for people to
Yeah.
join in, and even if you're watching this, years later, and you want to keep score and let us know how much we suck, then go for it. Or me specifically.
Oh yeah. All right,
right,
everybody. Have a wonderful night. Thanks for coming aboard.